So I just want to give you guys an update. Past few weeks have been very, very busy for me. You know, life changes, new job, and some more updates on my trip to Finland that's coming up in June. So I'm gonna kind of run over some things and bring you guys up to speed with what I've been up to. So as is pretty obvious with this channel, big into science education, and really that's what I've been searching for as a job for the past, we'll say, year and a half. Coming out of college, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do still. Same one knows, college was a flurry of messes for me, and it took some time out of college to really decide what I wanted to go with my life, what I wanted to do with my life. And I recently finally found something that is very, very close to what I want to be doing, and that is working as a STEM educator. That's science, technology, engineering, and math educator at a children's museum. And basically every single day I get to interact with kids, and I get to do science demonstrations, some of which you'll see over the course of the next several weeks as we film some of the demonstrations, which are pretty cool. If you've been following me on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, you will have seen some of these already, but I'll be going into more in-depth explanations for a lot of them. I've been working there for about 3 weeks now, and I am just absolutely loving it because it's exactly what I want to do. You know, it's a step in the right direction, getting to interact with the public especially, hoping to work up into the teens and, you know, high schoolers and college students and such. But right now, you know, working with kids like 4th, 5th, 6th grade is like some of the upper levels. You know, it's just a really cool experience and a really cool opportunity to be doing this every single day and be getting paid for it, because it is what I love to do. You know, it's just so much fun to be able to show the kids this and kind of be like the gateway into learning more about it, because that is something that's definitely important to me, is inspiring and encouraging that love of not just the academic side, but independent research. Like, introduce these concepts and show them the actual physics, like with real world experiments and demonstrations, and get them interested in this non-traditional setting, because it is a very non-traditional outdoor space as opposed to like your regular science museum. I think it's a lot more interactive. You know, I'm constantly talking to people. They're not going up to exhibits, I'm bringing the exhibits to them and showing them how every concept works, and then get to explain how it works, and you know, they get to try it out for themselves, which is really cool, because you have kids slinging cups through the air, you have kids bouncing balls tens of feet into the air. And there's this really cool self-siphoning chain I'm sure you've seen somewhere before, that kids just find that fascinating, that it just empties itself out of the bucket. And a big part of my job is actually to do a lot of program development to expand the programs, because you know, the place I've been at, it's only been around for about 5 or 6 years now, in full swing. And they do have some programs, but I was kind of brought on to really help expand the demonstrations and the learning and the actual physics and STEM side of everything. This week I actually introduced 18 new experiments that we can do. All the supplies are coming in throughout the week. I brought in a new one today. So it is a rapidly changing thing. Now we can actually pick and choose what we want to do, rather than sticking to the kind of set of programs where you're doing the same demonstrations all the time. You have a lot more flexibility now, and that's really the goal, you know. Make it fun for both the kids, but also the educators themselves. Make it a more dynamic environment. These are the kinds of demonstrations that you can take straight into the public. Very minimal preparation, cheap materials, things that you'll see all over my channel as I bring them more into the demonstration videos. So that's kind of where I'm at with my job right now, and I'm really excited to see where this goes in the future. Definitely sticking with this. It's what I want to be doing. It's, you know, getting paid to do what I already do on YouTube, and being able to do it every single day instead of having to go into public like I am now and kind of force myself to do all the talking and stuff like that. I always say I'm better when the audience is given to me rather than when I have to go find it. And that's not always gonna happen, but being in this job lets that happen. And I'll still be making videos on the side. I still want to keep up with the channel, especially as my trip to Finland approaches. I'll be doing a video journal for that. If you haven't seen my Oregon video journal, and when I moved down to Savannah 6 months ago, I have a video journal for that too. So expect kind of the same thing when I go to Finland this summer. So now, speaking about Finland, just about 2 months and a little bit away from when I leave to go out there. And actually, I'll be flying across America twice because my flights are kind of screwy, and I go to LAX and then JFK. So we get to fly across the entire continent twice in less than a day. And then over to Europe, and this will be my first international trip. If you follow me, you know why I'm going over. I was invited to a conference about 4 months ago now to speak at the 5th European Congress for Conservation Biology. You can find that on my Twitter page, like all the hashtags and stuff for that. I'm really excited to be talking about this. The conference itself is talking about planetary well-being and reconnecting people with nature, you know, reconnecting society with nature in a world that is quickly becoming more and more urbanized. And when I'm out there, I'll be in Helsinki for 2 or 3 days. Then I'll be traveling up to Jyväskylä, or Jyväskylä, I guess, and then I'll be there for a week, about 6 days or so, and then I'll be heading back to Helsinki at the end of my trip. So in total, I think it's 12 days plus the travel days. So from June 7th to the 18th, I will be out there, and it's gonna be a great experience. Like, I'm so excited for it. I just confirmed my plane trip back yesterday, actually. So finally have a plane ticket back to America. The specific topic I'm speaking about while I'm out there is called Where Science Meets Art, using science fiction as a method of science communication. And I think that really hits on the point, and you know what I'm really trying to do with my life right now is these non-traditional forms of science communication and science education, being able to engage with a wider audience in more of an entertainment kind of format. Me personally, you know, I use literature because I write science fiction books. Don't know exactly which day I will be giving that speech right now, but as soon as I find out, I will be posting that, obviously, and trying to build an itinerary around all that, because there are events that the conference is hosting, and then there are some things that, you know, I've spoken to people who live out there even, and they've told me that, you know, hit up these hotspots. And I know I'm meeting at least one person right now who lives over there, a follower on Tumblr actually. So excited for that. I try to do that whenever I travel, is, you know, meet up with people who live in the places that I go. So if you're in the Helsinki or Jyväskylä area, you know, drop me a line. It would definitely help, you know, to know more people besides the people who I'm speaking at the symposium with. So if you're around there, let me know. Let's meet up. Let's do coffee, lunch, dinner, or something. Be fun times. And I hope that, you know, speaking at this conference does open up more opportunities, because even just getting the chance to go to it, you know, that was a shot in the dark. And it is something that I already love doing because I give assemblies to students, and this is a step up in a very big way. You know, speaking to professionals and actual scientists working in conservation biology and ecology and environmental fields from around the entire world. This is Forsyth Park in Savannah, Georgia. It's just such a gorgeous day right now. Like, the lighting is just perfect. There are no clouds in the sky. I am still selling books right now. If you go onto my website, experiencedailiona.com, the link will be in the description here. You can purchase books straight from me. See what actually, you know, the books that I'm talking about at the conference You know, read them for yourselves, check them out. I like to say that they are very, very, very realistic. They deal with very relevant issues in today's society, especially regarding geopolitics and environmental issues, but they're also very human stories. And that's a big part of the speech, is that I will be exploring how I use physics and science and environmental issues inside my books to convey these different topics and issues. So that's kind of a quick update into what's been going on in my life lately. You know, I am extremely excited about what the future holds right now, regarding the job, regarding the conference, and any future opportunities. I expect to start writing the 4th book in the series come this August. Kind of have been writing here and there, but you know, August is usually when I write my books, so giving myself some time. But I'm looking forward to it. You know, I have been reading through what I have written already, and this is the transition. This is the pivotal point of the series that kind of changes the pace, changes some of the issues. All the links to my social media and my books and website will be down in the description. Have you guys ever traveled internationally, especially to Finland? Where have you visited? And you know, what can you tell me about the place before I go? I've heard a lot of great things about it. Heard some, you know, from an American view, I've heard some strange things, but you know, I think it's going to be a really good change of pace, and I'm excited. That's really all I have to say. I'm excited. I have another video coming along that's kind of part 2 in the series that I have as a kind of prelude series to my speech in Finland, so keep an eye out for that. That's coming up in the next 2 weeks or so, and until then, I will see you guys later.